Today is Tuesday, April the 7th. In the context of our 7 days of Easter daily devotionals, it is just 3 days until the Friday crucifixion of Jesus. That would be 2020 years ago minus 3 days. Of course, this time is not 100% accurate, but you get the picture. Jesus is about to reset the hands on the clocks of eternity. From this event forward, mankind will have an everlasting reference point from which to measure time. The road to Jerusalem. Jesus is about to make a final visit to the place Joseph and Mary had taken their son for purification rites and to present him to God. This picture shows Jericho on the bottom right and Jerusalem on the top left. Several names are shown here along the road between the two cities, names that we have heard and recognize. Jericho, the Roman road, the Mount of Olives, the Kidron Valley, Jerusalem, places our Lord Jesus Christ would have known very well. The road from Jericho to Jerusalem was not, and I emphasize not, a walk in the park. The road from Jericho to Jerusalem, it was 14 miles long and had a 3,300-foot rise in elevation. The road from Jericho to Jerusalem would have been a little less than a day's journey. I sure would have hated to try to make it in a day. And it was not an easy journey. This picture shows a portion of what the road looks like today. Picture in your mind, if you will, Jesus making his way along this road with full knowledge of what was in store for him upon his arrival. Matthew 20:17 through 19 says, "Now Jesus was going up to Jerusalem. On the way he took the 12 aside and said to them, 'We are going to Jerusalem, and there the Son of Man will be delivered over to the chief priests and the teachers of the law. They will condemn him to death and will hand him over to the Gentiles to be mocked and flogged and crucified. And on the 3rd day he will be raised to life.'" Imagine Jesus walking along the 14-mile journey. He's at the front of his band of disciples, a young soldier marching into battle. As Jesus states his mission, don't ever think that he was trapped, or that he made a miscalculation, or that he had underestimated the toll his mission would demand. Never speculate that the cross was a last-ditch attempt to salvage a dying mission. The words I just read in Matthew tell us that Jesus died on purpose. I repeat that. Jesus died on purpose. No surprise, no hesitation, no faltering. He told his followers that he would be delivered over to the high priests, that he would be condemned to death, that he would be beaten, and that he would be crucified. Pause a second to let that sink in. But on the 3rd day, he would do what? He would be raised up to a new life. The way Jesus marched to his death leaves no doubt. He had come to earth for just this moment. The journey to the cross had begun long before he left Jericho. This week, 2020 years ago, Jesus was walking a rugged trail up the road from Jericho to Jerusalem. Let's all learn a lesson from our Master. The next time you find yourself on a Jericho road, marching upward to Jerusalem, put the promises of God on your lips. Acts 2:22 through 24. Fellow Israelites, listen to this. Jesus of Nazareth was a man accredited by God to you by miracles, wonders, and signs, which God did among you through him, as you yourselves know. This man was handed over to you by God's deliberate plan and foreknowledge, and you, with the help of wicked men, put him to death by nailing him to the cross. But God raised him from the dead, freeing him from the agony of death, because it was impossible for death to keep its hold on him. May God bless you and keep you, and until tomorrow, stay safe and be prayerful.